Now at 10, 2 Kentucky soldiers are being accused of murder in an apartment complex. Plus, 6 prisoners escaped from a Tennessee jail in a very bizarre way. Find out how coming up. And Christmas may have come and gone, but there are still deals here. Find out how shoppers are looking ahead for the new year. 13 News at 10 starts now.
From WVKO, your hometown news leader, this is 13 News at 10.
2 Kentucky soldiers will be spending the night behind bars after they were arrested in connection to a murder in Tennessee. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jacqueline Nye. Gene Burke has the night off. Police say the situation all unraveled through the weekend. Two Fort Campbell soldiers, Robert Goff and Marcus Bryan, are accused of killing Joseph Gordon. Gordon was found dead Friday in Clarksville, Tennessee, after he was found covered in blood in a parking lot of an apartment complex. The soldiers are being held without bond in Tennessee. So far, there's been no word on a motive.
Me being a veteran is not really shocking because we're humans too, unfortunately.
Clarksville police are working with Fort Campbell Criminal Investigation Demand detectives on the case. An armed and dangerous man from Indiana is behind bars after being on the run for over 24 hours. Glasgow police pulled over Christopher Riddle, and that's when he led police on a pursuit, stopped at Gorin Park, and took off running. Police say he was arrested but did not release how they tracked him down. Riddle was wanted on drug charges in Indiana. And while many had the Christmas day off, first responders were busy keeping our community safe. There was an accident yesterday morning on Cemetery Road and Castle Heights Road. 3 men were trapped inside of one of the vehicles in the accident. All men were safely rescued and were taken to the medical center. The weather and slick roads are believed to have been one of the causes of the accident. While on Christmas Eve, one Munfordville man lost his life after crashing off of a Hart County bridge. 41-year-old Patrick Gardner was driving south on Highway 31E in his pickup truck. Gardner failed to curve with the road just before crossing the Rio Bridge. He lost control of his truck and flipped over the guardrail and into the Green River. The Hart County coroner pronounced Gardner dead at the scene. In East Tennessee, 6 jail inmates got pretty creative with their escape plan. The group broke out early Christmas morning. So how did the inmates escape? Get this, they busted through a bathroom wall. The sheriff says plumbing repairs behind a stainless steel toilet had damaged some concrete in the wall.
He was able to kick out some concrete that was easily broken, along with some plumbing. And some other things, and they kicked open a steel box unit that was covering the outside of the access.
The sheriff says there have been several problems with the jail building, which is a converted hospital. 5 of the 6 inmates are back behind bars. A North Carolina family is left devastated after their 5-year-old boy is hit and killed by a dump truck in his own driveway. A construction worker says he parked the truck at the top of a hill, set the brake, and got out, only to see it roll free. Police say the truck rolled 100 yards down the hill, snapping power lines before slamming into the boy and the home. The child later died at a local hospital.
I thought it was just horrendous. I mean, how, could something like this happen on a construction site? I mean, it's just, you just don't ever think of that something like this could actually happen. But accidents do happen, freak things happen, so apparently that's what happened here.
The driver of the truck, Alejandro Suarez, was charged with misdemeanor death by motor vehicle. Suarez is being held on a $10,000 bond. It could be a messy trip home for many travelers. Winter weather has already led to a handful of major highways and interstates being shut down. Janae Norman shows you which areas of the country are getting hit the worst.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
I love this white Christmas.
Winter weather making for a white Christmas and tough travel the day after.
We're happy and we're making silly faces and we're singing Christmas songs to get the time going.
In Arizona, snow brought 2 major highways to a standstill. Cars, trucks, and drivers stranded along Interstate 40 outside of Flagstaff.
I don't know, I just waiting. That's all I can do, right?
Getting home or to the mall could be tricky today across the country. In the northern plains, it's a slippery mess where freezing rain turned to snow. Transportation officials in the Dakotas shutting down more than 600 miles of roadway along Interstate 90, I-94, and U.S. Highway 83 because of drifting snow and near zero visibility. Some of those same areas under a blizzard warning and could get more than 2 feet of snow. Rain and possible storms could move through Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Texas.
I hope I can get home.
That winter weather wasn't just packed with snow and freezing rain, but also high winds. In Nebraska, about 800 people lost power, and there were reports of a possible tornado. So while some struggled with the snow, us Kentuckians had an unordinary Christmas with these warmer temperatures. Tennessee and Kentucky both set records for high temperatures on Christmas. And here in Bowling Green, temperatures reached up to 71 degrees, beating the old record set in 1982 of 70 degrees. But how long are these warmer temperatures going to last? Shane Hollandy answers that.
Now, Jacqueline, not much longer for us, and that's because a cold front is moving through tonight with rain and some embedded thunderstorms, and the rain is picking up in intensity now here in Bowling Green. There it is on Doppler Max, a large shield of moderate to at times heavy rainfall, and that is progressing east-northeast. You can see the pockets of moderate rain now rolling into the west side of Bowling Green. Also some heavier downpours in northern Butler County, close to the Western Kentucky Parkway. A little bit of lightning and thunder, nothing severe, but there could be some gusty winds out of some of the heavier thunderstorms. Same goes for the one there south of Hopkinsville, where, by the way, Christian, along with Todd, Muhlenberg, and Hopkins counties are under aerial flood advisories until 11:45 tonight. So watch for ponding of water on the roads as you travel. Right now, 66 in Bowling Green, warmth hanging on. It's dropping into the 50s, though, to the north as that front presses through. Once it moves through, temperatures will dive into the low 40s late tonight, but sunshine returns tomorrow. It will be decidedly cooler, however, in the days ahead. We'll talk about the step down in temperatures as we close out 2016. That's coming up in the forecast. Jacqueline?
Thank you, Shane. So Governor Matt Bevin created a scholarship program for high school students in our state. Bevin vetoed a law earlier this year that was created by state legislators and now has created his own program. Reports say Bevin signed an executive order that will cost about $16 million to pay for tuition for graduates seeking 2-year degrees in 5 select fields. Those fields are healthcare, transportation and logistics, advanced manufacturing, business services, and information technology and construction. So you might still be admiring your Christmas tree, or you may have already taken it down. One local family business is already thinking about preparing hundreds of trees for next Christmas. Darby Bean of Twin Bridges Tree Farm says now that this Christmas has passed, she and her family members are starting to get the farm ready for next year's crop.
What we do when a tree has been cut is we will drill a hole into the stump and pour salt in it. And in a few months that'll kill it, and all the roots will die, so you can kick it over and plant a new tree in its spot.
Once the ground is soft next spring, Darby Bean says Twin Bridges Tree Farm will start to plant new saplings for Christmas of 2017. Twin Bridges Tree Farm sold about 170 trees during their first week of sales this holiday season. Some South Central Kentuckians stayed in their Christmas PJs today, while others got down to business. Bowling Green locals are already taking advantage of the holiday clearance prices, along with the window of opportunity to return some gifts. Because the giving season is coming to an end, one employee says Target will start to see more people returning and exchanging unwanted gifts leading up to the new year.
Return starts the 2 days after Christmas, where people really start getting in that mode of, hey, I got to start taking things back. And then this upcoming weekend will be extremely busy as well. So if you want to return something, today's actually a great day to get out and do it.
Many shoppers also were also already checking out Target's holiday aisle, trying to snag a deal on holiday decor for next year. And one man is celebrating after receiving a very special gift from good old St. Nick. But it was not just any gift, it was a home. CNN's Blaine Carragher explains the man behind the beard.
With a knock on the door and a hearty cheer,
Merry Christmas!
Santa showed up on David Batt's doorstep Thursday morning. He brought some toys and also brought something else.
What's your name?
Dave Batts.
Dave Batts. Well, that's the name that's on this piece of paper.
It's not just a piece of paper. It's the deed for the Batts house.
Okay.
A few months back, the Batts family lost their home to foreclosure.
I've been in this house since 1969. That's a long time.
With having such a rich history in the neighborhood, the Batts didn't want to leave, so they had been talking with the person who bought their house. Now, that person may or may not have been the man behind the Santa beard Thursday.
God sent him to me. This is God's work. And I believe this.
The Batts thought they might be able to buy the house down the road, but Santa decided to speed up the process.
There's 100.
Oh, my God.
And there might be a few more gifts under the tree this Christmas. Santa gave out a $100 bill for all 9 of the Batts' grandchildren. David Batts couldn't help but to think about his mom. She gave him the house when she passed away.
Now it's back with the family thanks to a little magic from good old St. Nick. Coming up next on 13 News at 10, Israeli Prime Minister is accusing President-elect Donald Trump of stepping over his boundaries. Find out why coming up. And later on in the show, we show you how several nurses did their part to spread some Christmas cheer, plus a Santa on skis.
You're watching 13 News at 10.
The world of politics did not take the day off on Christmas. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu issued a scathing rebuke of the Obama administration on Sunday, summoning the U.S. ambassador to Israel in response to a UN resolution condemning Israel's West Bank settlement activity. The U.S. typically uses its Security Council to veto power to shield Israel from resolutions the U.S. sees as overly critical of Israel. New criticism over the resolution coming in over the weekend from lawmakers like Republican Senator Lindsey Graham.
Or respond in kind. 22% of the United Nations budget comes from the American taxpayer, and I'm going to lead the charge to withhold funding until they repeal this resolution.
Donald Trump's actions sparking criticism that the president-elect is overstepping his pre-inauguration bounds. The Israeli prime minister is not the only one criticizing President-elect Trump. New York's Attorney General won't let President-elect Donald Trump close his charitable foundation. CNN's Jessica Schneider reports.
After the president-elect's announcement that he will end the Trump Charitable Foundation, New York's Attorney General saying not so fast. The Trump Foundation is still under investigation by this office and cannot legally dissolve until that investigation is complete.
Our message to
New York AG Eric Schneiderman, who was a Hillary Clinton supporter, launched the probe in the midst of the campaign. Amid allegations, Donald Trump used the foundation's funds to settle his personal business dealings. Trump making no mention of the order to stop fundraising issued by the AG in October that is still in effect, only saying the foundation has done enormous good works over the years in contributing millions of dollars to countless worthy groups. However, to avoid even the appearance of any conflict with my role as president, I have decided to continue to pursue my strong interest in philanthropy in other ways. But Donald Trump hasn't even donated to his own charity since 2008, according to the foundation's tax records. The Democratic National Committee mocking plans to shut the foundation down, saying the announcement is a wilted fig leaf to cover up his remaining conflicts of interest and his pitiful record of charitable giving. President George W. Bush's chief ethics lawyer says closing the foundation is a good start.
Right now, we need to have a president who is free of conflict of interest. That means dissolving the foundation. That also means President Trump selling off his business interests that create conflicts of interest, making sure there's no foreign government money coming into his operations.
The Trump team has already dealt with several issues, settling the Trump University lawsuit, Eric Trump shutting down his foundation, and the Trump Organization recently dropped its battle with hotel workers in Las Vegas and D.C. over unionization, allowing the D.C. workers to hold a vote and agreeing to a 4-year contract with Vegas workers. But still no roadmap on how the president-elect will disentangle himself from his worldwide business empire.
The Trump Foundation has no employees or active fundraising operation. Warmer breezes and a rainy night. Is the spring-like weather gonna stay? Shane Hollandy will tell us after the break.
Your local stocks of interest. Brought to you by Jason Claycomb of Raymond James Financial Services, your retirement resource. Follow us on Facebook. First Alert Weather is brought to you by the Medical Center.
Well, a day that has been windy and warm is ending up wet. Here is Doppler Max HD. Moderate rain now progressing through Bowling Green. Still some rumbles of thunder in spots too. And here's a closer examination of what's going on. You see that batch of rain here on Bowling Green. A little bit of lightning showing up there around the Oakland and Smiths Grove area. Don't be surprised to hear a clap of thunder or two as the rain moves through tonight. Nothing severe, however. Showers are heavy over Grayson County, heading into Litchfield and Clarkson right now, and also south of Hopkinsville. A pretty hefty thunderstorm here with some torrential downpours in red. That's moving through Oak Grove, heading toward Pembroke and also Elkton in Todd County, where you're under a flood advisory until 11:45 tonight. That also includes Muhlenberg, Southern Hopkins, and Christian counties. Rising water possibility over roadways there, so be careful as you head out. Today's high in Bowling Green, wow, 75 degrees. It beats the old mark of 73 set just 1 year ago. Remember how warm it was back in December of 2015? Almost like a case of deja vu all over again, but it won't be warm tomorrow. It will be decidedly cooler, in fact, behind a front that's moving through tonight. Although temperatures will actually still be a little bit above seasonal averages for highs the next couple of days. It just won't be as warm as they were today. Record setters for Louisville, 76, 74, also a record for Lexington. Nashville also made it into the mid-70s on an unseasonably warm and windy Monday. Right now, we're still holding on to the mid-60s here in town. And incidentally, if we do not drop below 56 degrees between now and midnight, doesn't look like we will, that will establish a new record warm low temperature for this day. 55 in Evansville. It's cooling down to 50 in Carbondale, Illinois, behind a cold front that is now progressing toward the Ohio River that will sweep through our area later tonight. There again is that record high today of 75. That is nearly 30 degrees above normal for this day. And again, that low temperature, only 63 thus far. Here's the view, and it's hard to see out to Scottsville Road from all the water drops on the camera lens there. Our AAA Systems webcam atop Independence Bank. 66 degrees, still warm thanks to a southwest breeze in here at 13 miles an hour. We had those gusts upwards of 30 at times today. Humidity is high at 87%. You see that American flag whipping right along there at the Butler County Courthouse on this late Monday night. 65 degrees with rain in Morgantown and 65 also in Scottsville. Rain slicking streets, the story there downtown tonight. Not just here, but all across the Ohio Valley. Showers moving through from just east of Cleveland all the way down through Kentucky, West Tennessee into Arkansas. This from a front which is now progressing to the south and east. Very cold air behind it. That's mainly over the upper Midwest tonight. Chilly air over the Central Plains where it's in the 20s and 30s. That's more indicative of the kind of air mass we're going to feel the next 2 days. Really cold stuff is going to stay to our north at least through Wednesday. We'll get a shot of that, though, later in the week. Right now, it's rain we're dealing with. A few rumbles of thunder, but nothing severe overnight. On Future Max, it takes the rain out of here tomorrow morning, replaced by sunshine, but it will be quite a bit cooler tomorrow. Instead of 70s, we're only going to top out around 50 degrees tomorrow afternoon. Perhaps a few degrees warmer for Wednesday with sunshine hanging on there before another chance for some showers moves through late Wednesday night into early Thursday. That'll be followed by that shot of colder air later in the week. So rain and a few storms tonight. Low drops to 42 as that wind shifts around to the northwest. Sunshine but cooler tomorrow. High temperature around 51. Back to the mid-50s Wednesday. There's your shower chance Wednesday night into Thursday. That's followed by a dry but colder conclusion to our week. Temperatures bounce back, though, for New Year's Eve and New Year's Day into the 50s there for Sunday. 61 on the second day of the new year, Monday, but it does look unsettled for the holiday weekend with rain chances back in that forecast for New Year's Eve. Overnight lows cold as 28 Friday before bouncing back to the 40s late in the weekend. Coming up in sports, Mike Cleft is going to talk about some basketball as we wrap up the year 2016. That's in sports next.
Oh, good. Thank you. Sure. I'll have my microphone on here in just a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Both WKU basketball teams return to action later this week when head coach Michelle Clark-Hurd and WKU women's basketball tip off Conference USA play Friday by hosting Florida Atlantic at 7 p.m. at EA Diddle Arena. The Lady Tops head into their league opener against the Lady Owls with a record of 8-4. As for the Hilltoppers men's hoop squad, head coach Rick Stansbury and the WKU players host Austin Peay Wednesday night at 7 p.m. before starting conference play on the road Saturday at Florida Atlantic. The Hilltoppers will try to build on the momentum from last Wednesday's victory against Ohio, which improved the top season record to 5-7. We hope to hear from Coach Stansbury and some of the Hilltopper players Tuesday night on 13 News at 6. Louisville has moved up to the number 6 spot in the latest Associated Press college basketball rankings thanks to last week's hard-fought win over in-state rival Kentucky. The Cardinals are 11-1 on the season as they open ACC play by hosting the Virginia Cavaliers Wednesday night. Then they step out from league play for a contest at Bankers Life Fieldhouse in Indianapolis against the Indiana Hoosiers. The Wildcats are rated 8th in the latest AP rankings. UK is 10-2 this season and tips off SEC play Thursday at Ole Miss. The Wildcats' next home game is on Tuesday, January 3rd, when the Wildcats host SEC foe Texas A&M at Rupp Arena. It was a relatively light schedule tonight in high school basketball, which gives us a chance to pass along a friendly reminder that our weekly Friday night 10 p.m. courtside sportscast is ready to resume in less than 2 weeks. Yours truly and 13 Sports' Dominique Yates will co-host the Fast-Paced Hoops show, which will begin airing on Friday, January 6th during our 10 p.m. sportscast. We will have plenty of highlights from the hardwood on both the boys and girls side as we will keep you up to date on what is shaping up to be a very exciting high school basketball season, showcasing a number of highly skilled players on both sides of the ball, boys and girls sides. High school basketball scores to pass along from tonight. Starting on the boys side, the Bulldogs of Clinton County edge the Trojans of Barron County 53-50. The Russellville Panthers nipped the Cardinals of Sheldon Clark by a final of 70-69, and the Muhlenberg County Mustangs fell to the Knights of Lexington Catholic 88-48. In girls high school basketball this evening, the Trojanettes of Barron County lost a close one to the Bardstown Lady Tigers by a final of 44-41, and the Lady Wildcats of Edmonson County beat the Russellville Lady Panthers by a final of 63-19. WKU volleyball standout Alyssa Kavanaugh has earned a second All-American honor as a result of her outstanding junior season with Lady Tops Volleyball. Kavanaugh was named an honorable mention All-American by VolleyballMag.com after earning All-American honors by the American Volleyball Coaches Association following the 2016 season in which Kavanaugh was most instrumental in leading WKU to 31 wins, a Conference USA title, and an NCAA tournament berth. Kavanaugh is the reigning Conference USA Player of the Year and tallied 516 kills during the 2016 season, which ranked 18th nationally. The Tennessee Titans announced today that they expect quarterback Marcus Mariota to be ready for off-season organized team activities. Mariota is scheduled to undergo surgery on his broken right leg Wednesday after suffering the injury during last Saturday's loss at Jacksonville. Recovery time after surgery is expected to be somewhere between 4 and 5 months. Mariota was having a superb second season as the Titans quarterback, throwing 26 touchdown passes with just 9 interceptions. Tennessee hosts Houston in its season finale on Sunday. And that'll do it for sports. Coming up, we'll have the story of how the Christmas spirit made a round-the-world trip. We'll have the story when 13 News at 10 continues.
Christmas may be over, but there's still plenty of holiday spirit to go around. Santa showed up around the world from Seattle to Toronto to Japan. Diane Gallagher shows you in today's Take a Look at This.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Take a look at these nurses singing a Christmas carol to a premature baby at a Toronto hospital. Baby Anya is currently in the neonatal intensive care unit. A hospital spokesperson says singing and human touch are soothing to preemies. Anya will remain in the hospital through the holidays, but she's set to go home sometime after the new year. And Santa Claus has finished his yearly trek around the globe, so he and a couple of elves took some much-needed time off. Randy Walston put on his Santa suit, strapped on a pair of skis, and hit Lake Washington near Seattle. It's a Christmas tradition that Walston has done for the last 19 years. U.S. Ambassador Caroline Kennedy donned her Santa suit this year and whipped out some dance moves, along with the U.S. diplomatic staff members based across Japan. The group is doing the koi from a popular Japanese television show. The video already has more than 4.5 million views. For Take a Look at This, I'm Diane Gallagher.